Theater is a form of connection and communication, all centered around the art of collaboration. From the community playhouse and educational institution to the many regional theaters on Broadway and in the corporate entertainment world, including cruise ships and industrial events, collaboration is at the heart of every show, every production. Collaboration is the blending of art and science, of creativity and the production process. It is the dance that happens when artists, technicians, designers, producers, musicians, marketers, and a wide variety of passionate individuals bring their talents together to develop a singular experience. Projects with Jason is one such collaboration seeking to inspire, educate, connect, and entertain through a series of unique, multifaceted experiences which seek to explore the wonderful spirit that is generated when professionals of all backgrounds and experiences intersect with rising theater students and educators, bringing together working professionals and talented students in a crucible of collaboration that happens when you put people together in a room and charge them to create something. The results are very special. This series of works is designed to enrich and inspire students, educators, artists, and all others as we look to connect, be entertained, and grow as artists and human beings.
Hi, I'm Jason Daunter. Join me in our Projects with Jason team as we celebrate the talented students at Claremont High School in Claremont, California. They are joined by Bud Weber from Broadway's The Book of Mormon, Wicked, and Aladdin. This is Virtual Cabaret. It is a virtual cabaret. We are here again. It is also a super special night because it is Project with Jason's 10th broadcast tonight. This is our 10th show. Pretty amazing. March 27th was our debut, and here we are like 5 or 6 weeks later. 10 shows later. It's pretty amazing. Welcome. If you've not been to Virtual Cabaret before, we celebrate high school talent across the country, allowing them to come back onto a virtual stage, sing their songs, tell their stories. They are joined by a professional artist that will tell their journeys. We're joined by educators. It's great. This is an amazing time, and you're in for a real treat tonight as we celebrate Claremont High School in Claremont, California. And our special guest is Bud Weber of Broadway's Wicked, Book of Mormon, Something Rotten, all of it. Before we start, though, take a second if you haven't, because we are so thankful for 10 shows of having great fans and people coming back and checking us out. So take a second, hit that subscribe button right now. If you have not followed us on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching, hit that subscribe button right now so you know all the cool things we have coming up. Because tomorrow, if you're watching tonight, if you're watching later, it's actually going to be May 2nd. We have the debut of Tech Table, our new series, Tech Table. Thrilled. Natasha Katz, the 6-time Tony Award-winning lighting designer, you may have heard of her, is launching that series, and it is hosted by my dear friend Casey Wilkerson, who's the principal lighting designer for Disneyland Resort. Super cool what they've got coming down. We also are about to announce the entire lineup for Virtual Cabaret, Artist in Conversation, and Tech Table for the month of May. All the guests are booked. And let me tell you, there are some names that are pretty amazing. So we're super excited about what's going on. So take that. Also tonight, we have what we call virtual applause. We also have canned applause here in the studio that you'll hear from time to time to keep the energy going and keep everything, really fresh for the show. Or our truck's going to pull up outside. Great, that's perfect. Or my ride's here, got to go. Thank you, good night. But you can also get involved very easily by commenting right on the side or right over there. Throw some jazz hands, throw some clap hands, give a shout out where you're watching from, give a shout out to our singers, keep them going. because this is the way we share the love in this community. Too many times we try to break each other down, and this is a community of love and support. And we're here to do it tonight. So we hope you'll join us. Okay, I think those are all the rules. I think I've done everything I need to tell you. So let's jump to the show, right? So first off, we always like to welcome the educators that are with us. So a dear friend of mine, a Projects with Jason team member, she's on the education production team for Projects with Jason, and the musical director from Claremont High School. Please welcome Krista Carson-Elhai and Joel Wilson. Yes!
Oh, thank you.
Thank goodness, Joel. When I saw you first in the camera, I wasn't seeing your entire tie, so it looked like you had a clerical collar on, and I was like, I must have missed that at rehearsal. I was like, I must have missed that part.
I'm a very, very religious person.
Hi, guys. Miss Joel, hang out for a second. I'm going to start with Mrs. Elhai, though, as we refer to her sometimes. Mrs. Elhai. Hello, Mrs. Elhai. How are you?
Oh, Jason, I'm great. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for, I mean, we've known each other, I don't even know how many years. I do know, briefly, because, I like to tell the stories. You reached out to me, I remember, when we were playing the Pantages with Wicked, probably like 11 years ago. It was that same time that, Gay Jones said the what if. And I don't think we hadn't met, but you sent me a random email that just said, hey, I hear you're in California. Would you like to come to our family, Thanksgiving? You're welcome. And I don't even know if I responded or I responded late or whatever.
Yeah, you responded late. Our dear mutual friend, Diane Carr, told me you were out here and you were out here for a long time. And she figured you would probably do a home cooked meal. And so I was like, why not? This is a bunch of theater people in my house. So I invited you.
And it didn't happen.
No, thank you. But
it didn't happen. I think you even defined yourself as like the crazy theater lady, or whatever. But then after that, we became fast friends. You were one of the groupies for Making Magic Defying Gravity that people have heard us talk about a lot. You were at the first show. Also, Greg Magoon, I saw, was in the house tonight. And he's in the video, the opening video. So I hope he knew he was in that. But surprise, Greg, you're featured in our opening video. But and then since then, I've lived at your house a couple of times and have been like, which is one of my blessings in life, is I'm an adopted sibling to all these families across the country. And yours is one of the households that I am.
As soon as we get out, you need to come, visit the Jason room and sit out at the pool.
It really is kind that there are so many Jason rooms in all these houses across the country, and the other siblings let me into their world. But let's bring Joel back. Let's talk about Claremont and tell everybody out there watching. Tell us a little bit about the program, what kind of shows you do, because I think you were telling me like over a third of the season got canceled when schools shut down. You lost a lot, right? So tell everybody a little bit about your program.
We did. I'll tell you what we lost in the theater side, and then Dr. Wilson also. The kids on tonight lost even more than our shows. So we were 2 weeks out from premiering Frozen Junior. So that is we have a huge musical theater, children's theater program, and then we were to open Metamorphosis this coming week, and then we had Beauty and the Beast in June. We had 3 comedy sports matches, state thespian festival, and just lots of performances. Really, about a third of our season. We usually do about between 8 and 10 shows, so it's been rough.
All of the kids that are performing tonight from Claremont are also in the choir, and we were supposed to actually be in New York about a week ago, singing at Carnegie Hall, and that got canceled. So we were sad to miss that, but I'm so excited that they get this chance to sing here tonight.
And they sound amazing. The material too. I mean, it sounds like some of them, did talk to someone or consult a little bit, but a lot of the material I think they chose on their own. And I've been just floored week after week by some of the choices that we've heard. Krista, with you, Mrs. Elhai, with you, you're one of the memories on this that I think really resonates with me. Early on, we had a production meeting with like the full team, and I'll talk about the team tonight a lot because it's our 10th show, and there's about 17, 18 of us total with students that are making Projects with Jason happen. But I remember we were on a Zoom production meeting call, and for some reason that day I said, let's go around the room and talk about like one positive thing and one negative thing, because we were all just sort of starting this journey of quarantine and whatever it was going to be. And I remember we came to you and you did your positive, but then you also said you had announced your retirement for this year. And you said, after 30 plus years in the classroom, I guess I've had my last day in the classroom. And I remember it struck all of us. And it was something that really kicked me in the gut. And I hadn't thought about it. And I'd used that story, especially with Kevin Kline, Jeff Daniels, these artists in conversation folks like Cheetah that I was talking to about that. And it just was a realization to all of us that to have that taken away from you, to not have that final day in the classroom, And then ultimately you're gonna do one more year, which is great. So you can have that. But talk to me about like the range of emotions both of you are going through, because I think, all the teachers are having just everything we're all going through with this, right?
Well, I mean, March 13th, Friday the 13th was our last day at school. And we had about a 24-hour heads up. We have a really organized and communicative district. And so that last 24 hours, Joel and I team teach 2 periods together. And we were like crazy people because we were running numbers and filming, and we were sending out remind notifications to kids. We were really spending the whole day just getting the kids ready, looking at each other like we have no idea what we're going to come back to. Are we going to come back? What's going to happen? And our kids were, they just went with it. Yeah. What else happened that last day, Dr. Wilson?
That last day was a blur, but because we were just trying to prepare for the worst. At that time, we just thought it was going to be a month. We just thought we were going to be gone for a month, and we weren't ready to come back and ever. And so, if you ever need to look for a silver lining, my silver lining is I get one more year to work with Krista, and and then and more kids get another year with her as well. So, that's a silver lining for some of us.
So this is lucky 37.
Whoa. Yeah, I won't do that math. We're not going to do that math because you'll be really mad at me if we do that math.
So I was really okay with leaving. But my concern was, I think the kids, coming back in the fall, it's going to be tough on everybody. And I was really worried about who was going to come in. And I didn't want to leave a new person with 530 sad teenagers. That's a terrible thing to do. And so really only 2 of us have been the heads of the department in the last 58 years. And so I talked to Don Frichte, who our building is named after, and said, what do you think I should do? And he said, well, you don't want to mess this up. So, so I'm going to try not to mess it up.
Totally. And you obviously know 2129 holds a very special place in my heart. And why is that?
Well, because all 3 of us here are alumni of Claremont High School.
Oh.
I was a thespian there. Joel was a thespian there, and you are an honorary member of 2129.
And I also believe that Travis Kelly, who we're going to see later, he was 2129 as well, right?
Correct.
Amazing. Yep. We're going to see him later in the show. But yeah, it's like, it's also, if you don't know Krista Elhai out there, y'all, it's like she always has a name or a connection somewhere, no matter what you say. I could say I want a social distance balloon sculptor on the show next Thursday. And she has a former student who's married to a balloon sculptor who can social distance from his van and can do, it's unbelievable.
Hey, you're around long enough. You just 37 years that happened.
You started teaching at the age of 10. We're aware of that. You were very young. Thank you both for all you have done to, as I always say, for giving the keys to the Claremont car tonight and allowing your students to come play in the world over here at Virtual Cabaret. We're thrilled. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all you continue to do. And sit back tonight and enjoy the show. We'll see you at the after party.
Thank you.
Mrs. Elhai and Dr. Wilson, everybody. Let's check in with our special guest for tonight. If you have ever seen him perform, he's such a talented individual. Again, we keep using the word authentic self. He's totally his authentic self. You say, hi, Z's, when you introduce him, or at least as I remember him. It's Bud Weber. Where's Broadway's Bud? There he is. Hi, Z's.
Hello, hi, Z's. I like the applause. Thank you.
Like, I know you love it, right? I love that. I found out right before the show that Will Conover, who runs Twitter for Project with Jason, he decided, he was looking up stuff on you, and he decided we needed some Christmas, so he threw your Christmas track YouTube clip on Twitter of your "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" that you performed. It was like everybody could use a little bit of this. You are a doll. You always pick up the phone when we call, and I'm so thrilled to have you here tonight. You got to hear a little bit of the kids yesterday in rehearsal, so they're pretty great. Right?
Yeah, I'm excited to see them sing tonight, and I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Where are you in your apartment right now? You're in New York, so it's late there. It's what,
10:46.
Okay, where are you in the apartment? Like a hallway or something?
Well, I'm in my room, sort of a corner in my room, trying to position myself so my neighbors won't be too mad.
Well, they're gonna. I know what you're singing later, so they're in for a treat. But you're gonna hang out. You and I are gonna chit chat a little bit later.
Yeah,
and then you're gonna maybe give us a song at the end.
Yeah, why not?
All right, come on back, Bud Weber. We'll talk in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Let's get to the main attraction, though. it's time. Let's get some singers up. Let's start. Faith, come talk to me. There she is. Hi, Faith. It's just like they warned you in rehearsal, right? They're like, he might throw you. He might give you an intro. You don't know. It's like, you're a senior. So what are your plans for the fall?
So my plans are to attend Cal State Chico. I'm majoring in communications, so I'm super excited for that.
Very cool. Very cool. And how long have you been performing?
My whole life. My family owns a kind of small dinner theater, so I grew up always around there. So it's kind of always.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, promo the dinner theater. What's the name?
Candlelight Pavilion Dinner Theater. It's in Claremont, California.
I did dinner theater fresh out of college, the Naples Dinner Theater, which is not there anymore, where, you could also like wait tables to also, make extra money or whatever. And I support it. So you guys, they're obviously shut down right now too, right? Yeah. So you're in.
We're all shut down.
Tough. Yeah. All right. And you're giving, I told you in rehearsal that I saw this song and I was kind of like, okay, I admit it when the songs are really good. And I'm like, okay, good. But you're giving us a classic tonight. Everybody's in for a treat. I think it's Alan Menken and Howard Ashman. Nobody does it better than the two of them or did it better. And this is like an anthem, I think, just now for the time too. So you ready to sing for us?
Yes, I am.
Let's do it. This is Part of Your World from Faith Tuber, everybody. Work it, girl.
My collection's complete. Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cover hold? Looking around here, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos. I've got who's it and what's it for. You want unicorns? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking along on those. What do you call them again? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's the word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Betcha on land they understand, bet they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand, and ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and music? What's the word? Burn, when's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore of the out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that world.
Work. I love that song. Like, you probably weren't even born when that movie came out. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to do it. No, don't even think. Nope. You can think. You can tell me on the Zoom call later. You're not going to anger me on the 10th show. It's not going to happen. You're not going to make me upset. We wish you all the best. Congratulations on your senior year. You're going to succeed in whatever you want to do. And we wish you just the best. Thanks for kicking off the show tonight with an iconic classic. And now nobody can sing it on the show for a while unless Jodie Benson herself shows up. So
I know. I'm waiting for
that one down. Thank you, Faith. That's Faith, everybody.
Thank you.
Amazing. Another song that I saw on the list tonight, I like to give you all a little musical theater trivia, in history, because again, if you're hearing names you don't know, you should be Googling them, because if we're not learning during this time, what are we doing? And this is an art form I love. So when I saw 9 on the list, I was like, wow, another one that's a really good song, goes all the way back to 82. I was 1 year old, just so we're clear if we want to follow that along. It was nominated for 10 Tonys and it won 5, which is pretty amazing. Maury Yeston wrote it, who went on to do a different version of Phantom that wasn't Lloyd Webber's, and Titanic. So if you don't know that, look Maury up. Amazing music from this. But this is Sierra Jimenez. And I think I did it right, Sierra. Tell me I said your name right. Don't.
Yes, you did.
Did I say it right? Could you hear it? I said Sierra Jimenez.
Perfect.
There we go. I did it. I stress about these things. I have it recorded, and there's been a couple of oopsies in the last couple of weeks. You're also a senior.
Yes, I am.
What is your favorite thing about the Claremont program? Have you been in it all 4 years?
Yes. I just love that, backstage and on stage, we're all students, so every crew is going to be students. It just feels very student-led, and I love the experience. And I've been on a lot of those crews, so I just feel like I've had the best experience there.
So you work backstage and on stage.
Yes.
Amazing. That's well-rounded. What are your plans for the fall?
I'm not committed yet, but I'm planning on attending Oklahoma City University.
Nice. Is that the one Cheneth went to? OCU? It is, right, Kristen? Yeah. Now, we also say every week that if you get any money issues, let us know. We have people on Project with Jason that will happily work your deal out. That will, not really. I know you were looking at like, wait, we will. I mean, we do. We have a couple that would be happy to negotiate those. So if you get into a bidding war, tell them to come to us. How did you find this song? How did you find Unusual Way?
I have a voice coach, and he introduced it to me, wanted me to sing it, and at first I was a little skeptical, but I heard it. I think maybe the second time I heard it, I was like, this is a really beautiful song, and just fell in love and searched the musical later. It's beautiful.
It's always okay just to, for everybody listening too, it's always okay just to stand and sing a song. There's power in stillness. I think we get too concerned sometimes about always having to move or do something, and this is one of those songs. So I think you're about to introduce it to a lot of people. So will you please sing from 9, the musical, Unusual Way? This is Sierra Jimenez.
Yes. In a very unusual way, I think I'm in love with you. In a very unusual way, I want to cry. Maybe it lasted a day. Maybe it lasted an hour, and you're the reason why. You're the reason why. You don't know what you do to me. You don't have a clue. You can't tell what it's like to be me looking at you. It scares me so that I can hardly speak. In a very unusual way, I know what I am to you. Though in times it appears I won't stay, I never go. Special to me in my life, since the first day that I met you. How could I ever forget you? once you had touched my soul. In a very unusual
That was beautiful.
Thank you. I had a little technical difficulty at the beginning.
It's live. That's people. I don't want to record stuff. I like that it's live. But you literally when you watch it back, I'll show you what exactly happened. You hit play. There was a little technical thing. You did it again, and then you were like, boom, and like the face was there, and I literally went, whoa. Like I was like, work. I mean, you clicked into that moment. It was that's amazing. I give you total props. Laura Benanti, we talked about. She played that role. She sang that song in the revival of 9 with Chita Rivera, and it was Antonio Banderas. Quick shout out if you are watching tonight in time. Sunshine Songs, Laura's gang is doing a thing tomorrow, Saturday. Check that out. For nursing homes, they've taken it to. It's really great. I think art is just really sort of figuring out new ways to do things and everybody getting the word out there. Why, in one sentence, what does this whole wild, crazy theater thing mean to you?
Oh, it means the world. Can that be my sentence? I've been doing this since I was 7 years old, so I feel like I cannot be me without it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. So it's I think we're doers. We're going to always get up and try to figure out some way to connect and entertain and tell a story, and that's just what you did. So thank you for singing that beautiful song tonight. I think you introduced it to a lot of people, and I'll see you at the after party. Thank you, honey. Bye, everybody. All right. If you didn't know this, I learned this earlier from Mrs. Elhigh. So I'm just gonna throw it out there and blame her if she's wrong. That Charlie Brown is 5. Does everyone know that? Like he's 5 years old. Like he's always been 5 years old. He's like Big Bird and Elmo and Nobody Ages. Like he's 5. So I did not know that Charlie Brown is 5. Dylan, come talk to me. It'll all make sense in a second because Dylan's gonna sing from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Hi, Dylan.
Hi, I'm not 5.
Yeah, you're not. I'm not 5 either, Dylan. So let's not even get into that. You actually are. We might remember your face because you were on the Chita Rivera celebration, yes, and got to ask Miss Rivera a question.
Yeah.
How was that? Like you obviously knew who she was before you were told you were going to ask her a question. Yes.
Yes.
Great. So what was it like being able to have that?
It was amazing. It was it felt like a one-time experience for sure. There's nothing I really can compare it to.
Amazing. And your name flew by so fast. Are you a junior or senior?
I'm a senior.
You are a senior. Okay, so tell us about your plans for the fall.
So I'm going to be attending Cal State Fullerton in the fall, and I'll be majoring in theater production management. Yes.
Oh, yes.
And,
right. You see, it all comes. I'm not 5 either. It all comes back to me. I do remember that production management. That's right. That's amazing. Have you done on stage and off stage at Claremont?
Yes, I've been in musical theater all 4 years at Claremont High School, but I've been doing backstage audio and learning soundboard as well. So I've done that all 4 years as well.
Well, another alumni of 2129 is our own technical supervisor, Kyle Cole, who started in audio. I think he'll correct me on this, and now he does everything. We're going to see him a little later in the show, but that's your resources. Make sure you keep your resources handy when you need a phone call and stuff. But tonight you're going to give us a number by someone who's apparently 5. I'm still floored by that, but a great song is something fun from Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. So why don't you sing for us, Dylan? This is Dylan Lopez, everybody, with The Kite from Your Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Little more speed, little more rope, little more wind, little more hope. Gotta get this stupid kite to fly. Gotta make sure it doesn't snag, doesn't droop, doesn't drag. Gotta watch out for every little whoops. Little less speed, little more tack, little less rise, little more slack. Gotta keep my wits about me now. Gotta make sure it doesn't get the best of me till I get it in the air somehow. Millions of little kids do it every day. They make the kite Proof it's in the sky. Leave it to me to have the one full kite who likes to see a little kid cry. Less talk, a little more skill, a little less luck, a little more will. Gotta face this fella eye to eye. Now that I've seen you chasing wolves, climbing trees, digging holes, catching your string on everything passing by, why not fly? Wait a minute. What's it doing? It isn't on the ground. It isn't in a tree. It's in the air. Look at that. It's caught the breeze now. It's past the trees now. With room to spare. Oh, what a beautiful sight. And I'm not such a clumsy guy. If I really try, I can really fly.
Dylan? Oh, there he is. I was like, that's amazing. It's such a fun song. Have you gotten to play that role?
No, but I did it for festival one year.
Oh, cool.
I was in the show. As Snoopy, though, I did not play. What
is your favorite role you've played in your time at Claremont?
At Claremont, actually, this spring we just did A Curious Incident of the Dog of the Nighttime, and I was lucky enough to play the main role, so that was really fun.
That's incredible. That's deep. That's amazing. Well, you're still going to be in the area, and I live in California, so we'll get to see your production. Are you going to still try to stay on stage, or are you going to go fully backstage from now on?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try and perform it. Like, I talked to the people there, and they said that I can still audition for shows, so I would be very happy to do that.
I think it's always good. At least if you can have an understanding, especially if you're going to be like production management, stage management, something like that. You need to understand all the areas and have a respect for it. And again, the more you know, you're going to find summer stocks and those kind of places that you're going to have to do something, technical and also be on stage. So I never think it's bad to try and pick up, any other areas. So thanks for performing tonight. It was very fun. Dylan Lopez, everybody. It's time to bring back one of my favorite tenors in the musical theater catalog, Mr. Weber. We always have a good time laughing together. Budley, come back and talk to me. I hope he's ready. Oh, there he is. Good. Bud, there you are.
Favorites. I'm honored.
You are? You didn't know that?
I didn't.
See what? But you also, you know what I thought of too? You also were, you were like It Won't Happen Again, because when I did my one-time cabaret in New York, it was all the backup singers, the divas, as I called them, were all Elphabas or Glindas. You just wanted to be an Alphabet or a Glinda.
I'm an Alphabet at heart,
You are. You did get painted green one time, though, I think, right? We can say that.
Green, yeah. So,
yeah, I do remember that. But
I'm a levitator too, so I lived out my fantasies.
I remember the like one. You may not know this story. The one note that I got from several people over the 2 nights was, "The cute backup singer is in the dark. You need to fix that." And I was like, the next time I do it, that's the answer there. I'm like, if you're paying attention to somebody else, he was in the dark for a reason. Hi, I'm so happy. This has been so much fun for us, and especially for me too, because I get to see old friends and connect again.
I love that you're doing this, and it was awesome to get to watch Faith, Sierra, and Dylan perform, and they're great. And I think the advice you're giving is great. Like what you were talking with Dylan just a second ago about, learning every aspect of theater. And when I was growing up, I worked at the theater company in downtown Richmond called Theater 4, which is since now Virginia Rep. But when I wasn't working or doing a show there, I would always run the light board or I would work backstage. And then in college, I actually was a production manager of our black box theater, and I would do all the lighting design and hang all the lights. And so I think it's always important to know every aspect of theater, because it's such a collaboration. I think it's important to know what's happening behind the scenes and how it all works. And yeah, so I think
Completely. And you also have respect for the people you're working with, right? Like, I mean, I remember when we were touring together, you know, it was hard for me to know, like, you know, the other assistants, but I would always tell you guys, do as I say, not as I do. But it's like, learn the crew's name. We pick up so many locals in each city, and it was just valid. And like, you know, I finding out their history and why they do it and what they're passionate about, you know, it just we're a big collective community. And I think, you know, no one responds to crisis better than entertainment. You know, it's always the first one to jump in. And I remember when I called you about this, you said, oh, I don't know. And then we talked about it and you go, oh, I thought it was just going to be like a me Instagram thing. You were like, no, this has a passion and a cause, because you've actually done, you did 2 years with us.
Yeah, I did 2 of them.
In Nebraska at the International Festival, right?
Yeah.
With Carla Stickler, who I can tell everybody, we have the return of Carla Stickler is coming, everyone. For those of you that know her, we have booked her. So Carla Stickler is going to be back, who's a riot. And I think you and I actually traveled there together the 1 year from New York.
Oh, yeah.
But so what does this mean when you get to work with this age group, you know, with the high school students and collaborate in these projects like this?
I think it's really inspiring to watch, because, you know, I would always come in at the end. So it'd be like the last 48 hours, and to watch high school students from all over the country working so hard, and they're so passionate about it, and they're working together, and there's no competition. There's no competitive atmosphere. It's just like fully just supportive. And I just think that is so important. And it's definitely what drew me to theater in high school myself, like, you know, finding my family in either theater or in show choir, or, you know, it's just, I don't know. I just think that's so important. And I think it's so cool to, I don't know. I just find it really inspiring to watch, you know, high schoolers work together.
Yeah. And I think also too, it's like I was saying earlier today that like we're getting just as much out of it because we're collaborating with them too. And I think it's the whole, like, you know, when Jason Yarko, who musical, you know him from, you know, Wicked, and obviously works with him today too, but like he's our musical supervisor, and like we don't mince words. We work just as hard with them, and I think they see us make mistakes and they make mistakes, and there's still technical things, especially with this forum. We're up against the internet. It works great in rehearsal in the afternoon, then everybody's streaming at night, and it gets weird and hiccupy, and you're just kind of like, we're all still learning, but it's that collaboration that we all remember what it was like to be that person. And you even said to me, like when we checked in right before the show, you're like, I'm a little anxious, you know, it'll be good to like sing a song and whatever, but you're not singing yet, so we're gonna hang on to that anxiousness a little longer. If you were going to give a piece of advice to somebody who's out there watching tonight about the business, because you've had a really great career. I mean, you've mounted and opened several shows. You were just in Australia with Book of Mormon before we sort of shut down. So what advice would you give them to, you know, sort of this idea of what everybody wants, you know, they just want to have a longevity working?
I think the simplest thing, and I've taught a few classes and stuff like this, and I always say this, is just be nice to people. It's such a small thing, and it's such a thing that I think people forget. And you know, when people are hiring and they're casting, they want to create a supportive atmosphere. They want a collaboration. They want to create a family, especially these tours. And I think that, you know, being nice to people goes a long way, and people want to hire people that they want to be working with. And so that's what I always say. And I think it's a little thing, but I think it goes a long way in the long run.
I know that about you. You always have a smile on your face. And I always say it's show business, not show friendship, but the friendships can come out of it when, you know, you're able to work together. And it's, you know, our friendship remained because I was like a stage manager for you, but it's like, I don't look at it that way. It's like, we can go to work and give notes and then walk out and still have a friendship outside of work too.
Yeah, it's like, you know, of course it's business, and, you know, people have jobs to do, but there's no reason to be a jerk about it. You can still be nice.
I've literally said for weeks, and I've said this at my new job to the companies there, like, just take the note. Take the note. Like, why fight it? It's not, you know, it's like, it's not worth it. Like, you don't need to debate who was right, who was wrong. Just take the note, you know? So
just say thank you.
Exactly. And, you know, and be happy. And like, you've continued it, and you're the definition of it. So you're going to come back and close out the show with a little surprise for everybody. Yeah. We're going to make you really wait to really piss off the neighbors. There it is. You know,
green real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh my God, I would die. That would be, you probably have green makeup and a witch's hat in that apartment.
No.
I think I know you do. You're a freak. Okay, come back in a little bit and sing for us. All right, Bud Weber, everybody. I'm sure he has the makeup palette in that apartment. I would not put it past him. Let's hear another number. Nina, come talk to me. Hi, Nina.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. You're a junior, so that's good news. That means you get to finish out with Mrs. L High next year, and I will get the chance to see you on stage in something. That's
awesome.
Yeah, that makes me very excited. Talk to us about some roles that you've performed at Claremont.
Well, my first year at Claremont High School, my freshman year, I got to play Ellie Blake in Freaky Friday, which was a really big deal to me because I had never gotten like a lead role before.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then in Peter and the Starcatcher, I got to play Molly, which is also really fun. And then last year we did Little Mermaid, and I played Flounder.
Oh, you play Flounder? Oh, nice. That's amazing. I know because I know Mrs. L High. I know like the repertoire she does, and I love that it's like so all over the map and it challenges. Peter and the Starcatcher is such a great piece, and stuff that's amazing. And another song that I saw tonight and was kind of like, okay, another, and you nail it. What does this song mean to you? You're doing Home from Beauty and the Beast. What does it mean to you?
Well, I decided to sing this just because this year's musical was going to be Beauty and the Beast, and I was going to play Belle, and I was so excited to sing this song. It has always been such a favorite song of mine. And this was like the first song I ever sang in lessons and everything, so I wanted to perform it on this.
Wait, so you were supposed to play Belle?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that part. Oh, nobody told me. Well, hold on. We're gonna I know it. So you want to do like the bookseller scene, like good morning, Belle.
Good morning, monsieur.
Where are you off to?
The bookshop. I just finished the most wonderful story about a beanstalk and an ogre.
Nice. Marie, the baguettes. Hurry up. Look, there she goes. Okay, I'm not going to do the whole thing. But that would have been fun. I mean, you should have seen the eyes and looks I was getting here from Studio 2. And Kim's like, she warned you. He'll do whatever he wants. Like, I've got one fan out there. Misty Walker, I know you'd want it. Maybe you and I will sing it later. That's amazing. Though. It's one of the greatest scores of all time. We're trying to get back to Mr. Mencken. We've done some stuff with him in the past, and I would love to have him be a part of this project because he's just a legend. So anyway, will you please sing from that score for us?
Yes.
Give us some Home. All right, everybody. I'm going to get your name right. This is Nina Ashmakian.
Yes.
With Home from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, I made the choice. Papa, I will stay. But I don't deserve to lose my freedom in this way. You monster! And if you think that what you've done is right, well then, you're a fool. Think again. Is this home? Is this where I should learn to be happy? Never dreamed that a home could be dark and cold. I was told every day in my childhood, even when we grow old. Home should be where the heart is. Never were words so true. My heart's far, far away. Home is true. What I'd give to return to the life that I knew lately, and to think I complained of that dull provincial town. Is this home? Am I here for a day or forever? Shut away from the world until who knows when. Oh, but then, as my life has been altered once, it can change again.
My heart's far, far away, home and
Now, one thing that was beautiful, first of all, but one thing we need to clear up right now, I think at the post party that we have, we need to make sure that you are sealed and the deal is done to play Belle next year. You're a junior.
I hope
These assumptions. We're going to get Mrs. L High and Dr. Joel. Was it Dr. Joel? Yeah, I'm right. Dr. Joel Wilson. I was like, wait, Dr. Joel Wilson, we're going to get them to sign off tonight because we can't be fooling around all summer worried about what's going on. We need to know that we're going to see you on stage as Belle. So I'll throw that down. All right. We'll start a little problem there later. Beautiful, honey. It was great. I can't wait to see you on stage at something. Thank you for taking the risk and singing for us tonight. And we wish you the best. All right.
you too. Bye.
Meet everybody. It's always good to cause a little, keep it lively and throw a little trouble. You hear me talk all the time about collaboration. It's collaboration. It's our 10th show. I did say that. We are it's 15 on the Projects with Jason, I'll say full-time team, and then 3 students that work on it as well that are helping. And then tonight, 10th show. And I wanted to introduce you to, we do Mondays and Wednesdays on social media. If you're not following us at Projects with Jason on all social media, check it out. Do it right now. If you haven't subscribed, there's another reminder. Hit that button right now. We do Meet the Team on Mondays and Wednesdays. We're working on a backstage episode so you can see how we make all these shows happen and what happens. We have production meetings twice a week. I mean, these are people that still do have jobs and are still working from home remotely and have families and kids and lives and still give to this like it's a full-time job. It's crazy. And they're my friends and they're my collaborators and they're people that are smarter than me. So tonight I wanted to introduce you to a few that make virtual cabaret happen in the moment. There are the whole team works on every show, but tonight I wanted to introduce you to a few people. So I'm going to throw over to Anaheim Hills, as I learned. First of all, it's we now told Studio 3 and Studio 3A. They are the husband and wife combo. They are the Coles. Let me see if I can do this because I'm actually doing this part too. This is where the whole show is going to go to pot. Oh, look, I did it. Yes, there's Kim, but where's Kyle? I don't see Kyle. Where's Kyle? Wait, hold on. I got to go to full screen. We're going to go to full screen shot for you guys. There he is. Okay, and where are the boys?
hello.
That wasn't planned at all. One of my favorite things with this family is we work. See, when we go to the 2-shot, Kyle's gonna have to squeeze in closer. There we go. That's perfect. Thank you, Caroline. When we work during the week with you guys, it's one of my favorite things because the boys are there and the boys, are calling the shots. And we warn all the cast that they will look at Reed. He's probably not even watching us. Is he watching us?
No.
No, of course not. Reed, you're not on brand. Shame on you.
He doesn't want.
Yes. But at various points in any sort of meeting or any sort of something, the door blows open and they will come in costume and not in costume, various states of undress. It's my favorite thing. I know it drives the two of you crazy. You're like, if you like it so much, you quarantine with them. I live for it. You two have been with us with, what wasn't called Project with Jason, but you two have been giving back in all aspects of your life. But to us, you've been with us for a long time. A number of years, came to Lincoln on your own dime, brought the boys, brought the parents to watch them. Why?
Oh, geez. Because you asked. I don't know. I just think that there's something so amazing in what we're doing as a collective. But you have always treated your crew and your talent and whoever with so much respect. And that's such a wonderful thing to be a part of. And so it's not even just the big wider net of the dream that we're getting to build upon, but we get to continue to work with you. And we know when we show up that we will be respected and that we will be valued. And this is the 10th show and you're taking the time to acknowledge us and our boys and our boys. They're, you're Uncle Jason to them and they just love you. Lincoln, the only reason Lincoln was willing to do this is because he knew he was only talking to you and he's not going to pretend like there's 100 other people out there watching.
He also did ask, though, between rehearsal of the show, you told me, he said, does he want me to sing? I mean, everybody's asking for like more of an offer, right? Like, please tell me you're not watching Seth Rudetsky. Please tell me you're not watching. Oh, they're off. It's late.
I can't promise that. I can't promise that.
Can't promise that. And Kyle Cole, I adore both of you. You know that. You guys are just, if Kyle could fix the internet for everyone, it makes him so mad every week when there are internet issues that we have so many A-type personalities trying to control something. Right. So thank you both. I will not throw back to you because I said I was going to do that, but I will not throw back to you. I'll tell Kim so she doesn't know I go rogue. But thank you both. I adore you. Kim and Kyle and the boys. Thank you for everything. We also have one of our newest members. I said 2129 alum. He's all the way. I don't even know. Oh, he's in Iowa. I do know this. He's in Iowa and he's getting ready to graduate. He has come on and he's going to tell you guys because he like does super smart stuff. Like Travis, there he is. Travis is now doing all his video content. And when is your graduation date?
It's on Mother's Day.
Oh, so it's like next Sunday. We're coming up on it. Okay, amazing. Yep. And you were one of Mrs. L. High's phone calls, and like it was like, you know, half a second beat, and you and I were on emails by that day, and I was like, can you solve this? And Kim and I were bashing our heads in the wall with iMovie. No disrespect to iMovie, but it was taking us a lot longer, and suddenly you're like throwing things out, and your big collaboration with Jason Yarko, Cam Choreograph, Matt Conover, was our new fully produced opening, which sort of tells the story of the company. And we're thrilled to have you on board. But tell people that are watching, like what you are graduating with. What's your degree in?
Yep. So I'm a fifth year. I go to the University of Iowa, a fifth year computer engineering student. But I really focus on like virtual reality and performance. So I have a certificate in digital arts. So we're 3D scanning actors into virtual reality, and it's like theater and VR. So who knows, in this day and age, maybe that'll become in handy eventually.
Interesting. I think we should scan me and like figure out a virtual. I think that could be. We'll talk later, but that's a whole new world of options for me now. I'm like, no, because I know Matt said one night, it was like something about you were like coded something or we're doing something. I was like, it's all over my head. I'm like, if it isn't in a 5, 6, 7, 8, forget it. I don't know what we're talking about. But I can't thank you enough. We're up in the level. We're up in our game, and it's always a yes or a smile. And you know, I forget you're still trying to graduate out there, but then you're going to be back out here in the West and making your mark in the world of theater or whatever you want to do. So thank you for being a part of the team, and thank you for your great work.
Thank you.
And right here in what was affectionately known as Studio One, was there anybody that saw that first show? Let us know in the comments. They're over there. If you saw that first show or some black paper, it was great. Black paper, great talent. I was sporting a beard for some reason. I was going through something. That was Studio One. We will never go back to Studio One, even though Studio One is just on the other side of the living room. It's all one space. We're now in Studio Two, but here in the home studio is the person everybody continues to ask about. You're going to see her more and more if I have anything to say about it. Maybe my TikTok co-star, spoiler alert, and my executive producer. She is a junior at San Juan Hills High School, and he is the vice president for, I'm just going to say Disneyland Entertainment, because I'll screw it up, and I work there, and I always do it. But first of all, the one everybody wants to know about is Caroline and Matt. Oh, I got to bring them in. Oh, Lord, keep clapping, keep clapping. I got to find the button. This is why she runs the show. There they are. We're going to full screen. Yay! She will not talk. We're going to hold up a sign, so hold up your sign. There it is. We're going to get her to talk, people. I want to campaign, #make Caroline talk. No, but it's pretty amazing. Matt is one of my best friends in the entire world. He encourages these projects, and will let us thrive, and is one of the greatest producers. Anybody that gets the chance to work with him, and just as an artist and a human being. And then Caroline really does stage manage the show. It's no question. We have a thing now that if I'm not dressed at the start of the show, she will end the broadcast. Talk about throwing down with a star. It's literally like before the Cheetah show. I was like, no, I don't like to sit here for the 4-minute opening. And she doesn't play around. So she's really, but we will get her to talk on the show. She's teaching all of us how to do things on this computer that it doesn't get to do, and things. So thank you to both of them. They're literally like right over there. I could, that way. And yeah, in terms of cameras, but there it is. So thank you both. Caroline, you can take over again. Take me back to a solo. So that's it. The bigger, the broader group is out there. Check out our website, too, if I haven't mentioned that, projectwithjason.com, because I am all about giving back and thanks. And if you are lucky enough to get to collaborate and play with your friends someday, it's really amazing. It's really amazing. They keep you in check and all that. So that's a show. We're going to hear one more from Bud Weber. If you haven't followed us, follow us. Check out these schools that we're talking about. Google some names. But Bud's going to come back and close it out for us. I'll talk to him one more second, say goodbye to him, because that'll be it for him for the night. You're going to close it out for us. So from you, I'm done after this. I'm just giving him a warning that I'm not going to come back and say anything after your song. We'll go to credits and say goodnight to everybody. Oh, we will give you, after Bud, we will give you a little look at what Claremont High School does, with a little rap video after that. But Bud's going to give us some beautiful singing to close it out tonight. Bud Weber, I adore you. Thank you. As I say every week, in the end, kindness only matters. So I do love that this is going to say it's from Moulin Rouge, but it's actually what launched Elton John as a singer-songwriter, and is one of the most beautiful songs he ever did. So take us home with your song, would you please?
Will do, and thanks again for having me tonight. All right, let's see. My gift is my song. This one's for you. You can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I put down words. How wonderful life is. Now you're in the world. I sat on the roof and I kicked off the moss. Some of these verses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been kind while I wrote the song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean. Yours are the sweetest eyes that I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. And I put down words. How wonderful life is. Now you're in the world. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. And I put down words. How wonderful life is. Now you're in the world.
Hey, it's Jason. If you like what you saw tonight, take a second and hit that subscribe button so you can always be updated of what we've got going on here at Projects with Jason. Thanks for watching.